Welcome to the club. The VGM Lounge Club, that is. Hi, it's me, Derek.
Hey there, Matt.
Matt, we're partying in here, it sounds like.
Yeah, man, I mean, we gotta get the grooving going, as always.
So, obviously this is the Tetris theme, but this is the Tetris 99 version, which is Battle Royale Tetris that just came out. So we thought we'd treat you with this little pumped up version.
It's like you heard a Tetris attack, well, get ready for Tetris Battle Royale.
So Matt, Tetris, that's a puzzle game, right?
Yeah.
Fair to say. This episode,
well, definitely. I mean, it's blocks that you gotta arrange into a certain pattern.
I think it's pretty much the game people think of when you say puzzle game. Is I mean, it's Tetris. It's probably one of the most well-known games there is.
Yeah.
So we thought, what better way to start this episode than you know, the classic theme, but done a little bit new. So that being said, this episode, all puzzles, puzzle games. There's gonna be a lot of variety in this one, I think. What do you think puzzle games sound like, other than, you know, this is obviously a nightclub, Tetris themed?
Well, puzzle themes can range anywhere between like the upbeat rhythmic to kind of like a cool, like easygoing tempo, depending on, I guess, the style of puzzle game that it is. Because there's like adventure puzzle game.
Yeah. So there's competitive puzzle games.
Yeah.
There's ones that are just kind of tranquil back rhythms. Sometimes they're very like intellectual sounding to make you think.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they're just playful and happy. I think there's gonna be a lot of variety in this one.
Lots of variety going on. Just like, I mean, puzzles are various. I mean, they're not always going to be quick. Put the shapes in the right order kind of thing.
Oh no, there's a lot of variety in what you can consider a puzzle game. Sometimes, like you said, sometimes it's just, you know, as simple as Tetris, lining up shapes into a line, and there you go. You just do that until you lose. And then sometimes, you know, you're controlling characters that have different powers and you're trying to get through a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start off my list with a game we haven't heard from, and I don't even think a style of game we've heard from. Matt, you're familiar with? Are you familiar with Puyo Puyo?
Actually, I am just a little bit.
The original never came out in America, but there's been Puyo Puyo styled games in America for American release. I'm gonna maybe get to that a little bit later. If you've never heard of it, you might recognize the Kirby Avalanche or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Both of those are Puyo Puyo styled games. But that being said, basically you have little colored bloops, and you line them up, and 4 of the same colored bloop will clear, and you can set up big combos. There's story modes in this game, there's verses. Puyo Puyo Tetris actually just came out recently, which is a combination of the two, and it's pretty crazy, to say the least.
Sounds like it's going to be crazy.
So I'm going to play a song from Puyo Puyo 2, or Puyo Puyo 2, depending on the release. Now this came out for many different systems. I'm going to play a song from the arcade version. So this is going to be Quickly Difficult, which is the last stage, last area for the Genesis, or top floor for the Super Nintendo. It's the same song on all 3 consoles, but each console has different like hardware chips, so the song sounds different in every way it was released. Basically, they remade each song for this game with the hardware accessible. And I listened to all of them, and I was digging the arcade version the most. So this is Quickly Difficult from Puyo Puyo 2.
Puyo Puyo as well.
And this is composed by Tsuyoshi Matsushima and Katsumi Tanaka. All right, Matt. How'd you feel about that?
I like that one. That one had like a nice, like a bubbly, upbeat tempo for me.
Yeah, it was bubbly, but you can also tell like the kind of the intensity behind it with those drums. Those those drum kicks were like fierce in that background.
Oh man, yeah, the drum went pretty hard, and like I could get like a little bit of like a Kirby vibe from it.
Oh, just you wait. We'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later. I like that little start of that.
that rise up right there.
The bass in this song is so strong. It's fierce. And I love like the little bloops and sound effects going on.
It's very fitting, for especially the type of puzzle game that you described it being. I mean, with that bubbly aspect of like trying to get the colors together.
Yeah. I really like this build up right here, up until this part, and that quick little drum breakdown. You get some little happy-go-lucky part right here. That heroic last boss, little refrain.
Oh yeah.
And those drums they're like, those drums say final boss to me. Those. That's like,
I mean, I can see how your mind could like in the beginning of the song, in the beginning of like doing this, I guess, state is you have that that lightness to the music where you're just like, okay, yeah, it's the start of the match, but then like I guess like let's say you start messing up, or like the boss uses like an ability, I guess, that like puts more stuff over on your side, and you're like, oh no, you freak out, and then you start focusing more
right
on that drum line, and then you're just like getting more and more hectic over that.
Especially this part right here. I swear, that drum breakdown, we've heard that in like RPG boss battle themes so many times.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That little Alright, Matt, there we go. There was my dip into the Puyo Puyo series. I can tell you for sure that's not going to be the last dip into that series.
Alright, cool. We can't wait for the other times you bring that in.
Oh, I will, trust me.
So, the puzzle game that I'm going to go ahead and kick us off with for my first song comes to us from I believe the first one came out on the regular DS, and then there's been several following on like the 3DS.
Yeah.
It is the game Professor Layton and the Curious Village.
Ah, yes. I was listening to a lot of Professor Layton songs for the set list.
And I mean, it fits the theme of the puzzle game because you're a detective and you're trying to solve the mysteries, and mysteries can be puzzles.
Yeah, there's loads of like point and click adventures and puzzles and things of that nature that I would certainly classify as a puzzle game. When the overarching theme, I mean, there might be things that you're doing that isn't necessarily a puzzle, but the overarching theme is solving the puzzle.
Yeah.
So what song did you pick? Because that's probably one I listened to while planning this episode and might even be on my list.
Well, I should hope you listen to this one. I actually chose the theme of The Curious Village.
Delightful. This is a good one.
It is. I really like the sound of it. And we can thank Tomohito Nishiura for composing them.
All right, well let's get into this curious track. I really enjoy the strings on that song in particular. They sound real good.
The strings are very. The first thing that I can take away from the song is that, well, Derek, the Curious Village has an air of mystery about it. Third time's a charm, folks.
Yeah, we definitely didn't need to do that. We definitely didn't need to do that one sentence 3 times for editing reasons. But yeah, I really like it gave me a really like Dark Cloud 2 Palm Springs feel, but it's probably just because the accordion sound almost and the strings.
Yeah, it does have a Palm Springs sound to it.
Doesn't it?
But it's not as
It's not quite as like clown sounding as Palm Springs.
Yeah. It's not quite a circus time.
No. I really like it though. I mean, Curious Village is like, if I didn't know what this was and had no idea, and like you just like were like, I made this song, what name should I give it? Like, Curious Village is pretty much what comes to mind. If you're like, name this track I made.
For me, I mean, let's say
maybe like Spooky House, Curious Village.
Yeah, honestly, I would say like some sort of like a spooky area, like quite a graveyard, maybe like a spooky manor kind of thing.
Yeah. You know what other vibes this gives me? Like kind of like a Paper Mario haunted like Boo area.
Oh yeah.
I really like this little part here. I like the little breakdown refrain.
Yeah. That's a fun little piece. Yeah, I have to say my favorite part throughout the whole thing is still it's as you the string.
Mm-hmm.
The strings draw me.
The strings are really good. Like I could hear this song because I haven't played much of the Professor Layton series, but like if I had no idea about this game, I could imagine like this song plays once you go up the big hill and there's like the haunted house or the abandoned house up on the top of the hill and you got to explore what happened there. Kind of, that's the feeling I get.
Yeah, that is the feeling that the song gives you.
Or you get, or maybe you get transported to a mysterious village where like nobody talks, and you're like, well, why does no one talk here? What's going on? You know, it definitely Curious Village is like the perfect name for it. I really like that.
It's a fun track. I also haven't played too much into Professor Layton. I haven't played any of Professor Layton, but I've always been.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I've always been curious about it. I didn't know another word to use.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it worked perfectly fine. I've seen like them played, but I've never like owned one to play myself. But I did like when we were talking about puzzle games, Professor Layton came up, and I didn't full browse every soundtrack for every game, but I would like, let's see if there's ones I like, and this was one I listened to. So when you mentioned it, I was like, oh cool, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I will say when I was doing my research, and then again, like for you, Professor Layton popped up. I was like, oh yeah, mystery. That's totally like a puzzle, and then
detective mystery.
I will say I did not realize there were that many Professor Layton games out right now.
There's certainly a few. I don't know the number, but it's up there.
Yeah, like I thought there was like 2.
No, I think it's more like 5 or so, isn't it? At least.
So. I think they're up to like 5.
Yeah, I knew it was like a good amount. All right, Matt. Well, this next track is gonna be no surprise. I led with the Puyo Puyo, so I could kind of lead into the song from Kirby's Avalanche that I picked.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to explain Kirby's Avalanche without explaining basically the origin, and the soundtrack for Kirby's Avalanche is really cool because it's a lot of songs from other Kirby games, but heavily remixed into Puyo Puyo style. So
that's a fun way to do it.
So yeah, the song, there's a lot of songs I wanted to play, and I'm probably going to play other songs from Kirby's Avalanche at a later time, just because I like them. But the one I'm going for is 2-player competition. So this is the song that plays whenever you play versus mode against a friend or a foe.
Oh, all right, cool. So I didn't realize. I don't think I've ever got to play Kirby's Avalanche. I I didn't realize that it had like a particular theme for the versus mode instead of just being like, let's play a random song.
Yeah, no, it's a specific song. It's a remix song from Kirby's Adventure. And you'll see exactly what I mean when I say it's Puyo Puyo style. Like, you can hear the Kirby, but you'll hear it sounds very similar to Puyo Puyo Su, Quickly Difficult, the song I played. In it, just like the drums and the overall like feeling of it, it's very reminiscent, but it also is still a Kirby remix. So I think you'll like this one a lot. I've been listening to it basically nonstop, and I think it's definitely in my top 10 now.
Oh wow! All right, yeah, let's go ahead. Waste no time.
Yeah, so this is Kirby's Avalanche, 2-player competition by Akiyoshi Nagao. That song it's just a straight jam.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I enjoyed the random, like
the danger noise, or the part where it completely drops out and then the makes the random sound effects everywhere.
It's like both.
Right?
There's there was the twinkly thing that
there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
The drums are going crazy.
But you hear what I mean? Like, you could hear... It obviously sounded like Kirby, but you could definitely hear how it sounded like the Puyo Puyo track, didn't it?
Yeah.
I really like this. I played Kirby's Avalanche a lot. Me and my friend Michael have actually played some 2-player grunge matches with some libations in us till late at night, to say the least. And we were...
Isn't that... the best time to play a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, of course. And we were rocking to the song, and as soon as this is one of the songs that made me want to play puzzles, and then I was like, well, I gotta play a Puyo Puyo song so I can explain Kirby's Avalanche first. But I love the rhythm to this. Like, I've been listening to it multiple times the past few days, getting this track list ready. I think it's one of my favorites of the episode by far, but I love this part right here, that Kirby refrain. But the drums in the background are so energetic.
Like, they're going crazy. The only thing crazier than the drums is the box art to the game.
Right. I love the box art for this game. Where DDD is just uppercutting a swarm of ghosts. That being said, the other name for this game is Kirby's Ghost Trap, depending on if you're in Europe or America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really like this part, this danger, anxiety part. That part really builds your nerves, and it does a little breakdown where the music completely stops for half a second. It does that a lot where the bass rhythm just stops entirely and then it just does little twinkles.
Yeah.
This is that Kirby breakdown right here. Dun, 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 dun. Meanwhile, those like that lead guitar in the back and the drums are just going.
Puzzle games, man, they go real hard.
Puzzle games do go hard. Don't even play.
So it only gets more intense.
Yeah, like fighting games definitely get intense, but like if you're playing like something like a Tetris Attack or a versus Tetris or versus Dr. Mario or things like that, where you're sending like the bigger your combo, the bigger the blocks you send on the opponent, that shit gets crazy real fast. if you have two people who are really good at like that game, watch like Tetris Grandmaster tournaments or like things of that nature. These people go hard and it gets crazy.
Yeah, because they're thinking of like their placement like 4 blocks ahead, and I'm just like, what?
Oh, they're thinking of their placement like 20 blocks ahead. Are you kidding me? If you watch like Tetris Grandmaster tournaments or just anything like that, you're like, wow. And I thought fighting games or shooting games were intense. But that is my foray into Kirby's Avalanche and Puyo Puyo, Matt. We'll hear more for that later. Trust me.
Great.
Not this episode probably, but later. Do you have a laid back song like Curious Village, or do you have a more intense 2-player competition for us?
No, I guess it's definitely more of a laid back one.
Okay.
But you mentioning, Tetris Attack brought this one up.
Do go on.
Although this is a song not from Tetris Attack or Penalty Pond, it is from a similar game, and that's Pokemon Puzzle League for the Nintendo 64.
There you go, my boy.
Right.
I love Tetris Attack. I've played it so much. Penalty Pond is the original version, and then Pokemon Puzzle League is I believe it came out for the N64 or the GameCube. I don't remember which. And the DS. I think it was remade a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's basically Tetris Attack / Penalty Pond styled in Pokemon and has its own original music.
It does, and actually, the music a majority of the music that's used in it is actually remixed from Pokemon soundtrack To Be a Master.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that, that came out I think around the same time the Pokemon first movie did.
Yes, indeed.
So, and actually, the song that I picked is a remixed version for the game from that, and it is Team Rocket's theme.
All right, well, let's get into this. I know this soundtrack because I love every version of this game and have played all of them, so I'm well familiar with most of the music. Spoiler alert, we'll hear Tetris Attack this episode.
Whoa. Shocker.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's me. Obviously, I'll play that.
So when we get into the song, you'll probably get it as soon as it gets going.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say we can thank not only for composing this, for a lot of Pokemon music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of hands went into this song.
Yes. So we can thank John Loeffler and Manny Corallo. Yeah, Manny Corallo and John Loeffler for creating the sounds that we're about to hear.
That bass is dirty and grungy. I love it.
Right? It's got that nice little
That funk.
It's got that nice little funk, like kind of like a weird little like dive kind of place.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
It's just like, like, yeah, we go, let's walk down this dark alley, and it's like, I don't know about this. It's like, no, it's right over here, and then you walk in, and it's like, boom. Oh, okay, this is this kind of place.
Yeah, this is like I could 100% see like in the world of the Pokemon universe like a Team Rocket owned like sleazy like dive club where it's like a jazz club, but it's like dirty. Oh man, but I love that rocket theme in there though. Yeah, like this is where mob bosses meet. You could tell. This is where the things. This is not the place you want to wander into at 1 a.m. That is a mistake.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could bust into a secret hideout for them, in an actual casino, and apparently, clean house. But
yeah, yeah, as you do. If you're, an average 10-year-old with the power of the main character. Main character powers are a magical thing. The silent protagonist has some mysterious powers, and should be feared. But I love just this. It's like dirt. The dirty bass. That's all the only way I can describe it.
I love the bass so much.
It sounds sleazy. Like I don't know how they managed to make the song itself sound sleazy, but they did.
Yeah, oh my god, and it's like I can hear the actual song with the vocals.
Right?
That first part of it.
Yeah, you can 100% hear like Team Rocket's. Oh man, I love. This is like the place you'd go to meet a loan shark. Thank you for that one, Matt. I greatly enjoyed that. All right, well, Matt, I already revealed that I have a song from Tetris Attack, and you played a song from a version of Tetris Attack, so I might as well just go straight in with it. That way, I can shock you with some of my surprise tracks later.
Well, yeah, I will say I definitely. I did not choose a song from Tetris Attack specifically because I knew you would. That's why I chose the puzzle.
I have to. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and it has a soundtrack that I listen to constantly, so it's kind of just like a given.
Yeah.
I got a lot
of... like typically me with whenever I play an Okami game or something.
Yeah, it'd be like if we did a theme that was about like games about deities and you didn't play a song from Okami. It would just be weird.
Yeah.
So, that being said, what song did I pick, Matt? We've played a few. The one I chose was one that's not really an accessible song in Tetris Attack, interestingly enough.
Oh, crap. Then, I probably know it as soon as you play it, but I only strictly know the ones that are in the game.
Yeah, well, it is in the game by all technicalities. Generally, though, when you think of, Tetris Attack themes, you think of the character themes, like Yoshi's theme, etc. This is a theme of the character that took the place, because Penalty Pond originally is about, like, witches and etc., whereas Tetris Attack is rebranded for Yoshi characters. And they took out the main character's theme, which is Lip's theme. This theme is in Smash Brothers, and replaced it with a unique song to Yoshi. That being said, Yoshi's theme isn't in Penalty Pond, and it is in Tetris Attack, and I'll probably play that later. But they use the song for like the tutorial mode, so you only hear the song if you go into how to play, which you might do once.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you go to like how do I play this game and like watch like the computer show you how combos are made, which, you might do once and then never do again because there's no reason to do that once you've learned how to play the game.
Once you know how to play a game, there's no point to ever play this.
Yeah. So for Tetris Attack, this is under the name Lessons from Yoshi, or if it's Penalty Pond, it's Lip's theme. And this is composed by Yuka Sugiyoko. I really like how that theme has like a lot of different parts. It like doesn't repeat the same section for quite a while.
It doesn't. I like it. I love the down beats into
The clap clap, the clap clap. That
I love the clap clap.
I I love how like it's one of those songs where like if you listen to like the first 10 notes and then said where's the next note gonna be, you would have no way to like predict it because it's kind of just all over the scale.
It is a little bit. I mean, it's a constant it's
It's like a non-harmony, but like in a good way.
yeah.
I love those claps.
I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember because I know crescendos go up.
Like this part right here, kind of like follows like predictable music theory, but then there's the one part where it's like just kind of all over the place. I love this part right here. But that's the part I was talking about where it's kind of just like throws random notes off random scales, and you're like, wait, what? Okay. The doo 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 doo. Na 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 na.
Clap clap clap.
And also, apparently, I'm just throwing some sick background basses at you. Cause this one's pretty funky too. This would be a fun song to learn how to like play on bass, I think.
It definitely would. I mean, if I knew how to play bass at all, yeah. I mean, there's a number of songs that I have on the list, but this is definitely made.
And I love that the very minor like little trumpets that are thrown in there. They don't really repeat much through the song, but there's just little tiny refrains. The it's like, alright, trumpet guy, you're up.
Oh, hey man, it's your turn. Oh,
and he's gone again.
It's like just the randomness of the trumpet sound popping in reminded me of and your deliverance of like, hey, the newer Digimon series, Digimon Try.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. It's really good. But whenever the Digimon digivolve in that one, it's like as soon as it starts, there's like this brief guitar riff, and it's just like, all right, guys, we need the sound for like when the Digimon are
doing their thing.
It's just like it's like they had to get like a dude with an electric guitar just sleeping in the corner, and it's just like, oh, dude, just like slap him for a second, and he wakes up and he's wah, 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 and then he just quit.
It's like, all right, you're done. That's all we needed you for. Good job.
Good job, man.
All right, Matt. There we go. That's probably one of my last one that's predictable. The rest are gonna be some curveballs.
Oh.
Maybe one more that's kind of expected, but after that, you're not gonna be able to follow this.
I don't know. I mean, I'll try my best, I guess.
What you got for me though?
Well, I can follow up Yoshi, since you said that Yoshi was your teacher in the tutorial for Tetris Attack, and he's like all over the damn cover of the game as well.
Yeah, he's basically the main character of the game.
Well, Yoshi was also the main character of another game that
is aptly just called Yoshi originally.
Yeah.
Or Yoshi's Cookie.
I'm actually talking about. Yep, I'm talking about Yoshi's Cookie.
There we go. I think the original name for it was just Yoshi, if I remember correctly. I'm glad you've got a track from this. That's good. That's good.
Well, it's because like I never owned this game, but I remember playing Game and Watch. It was a Game and Watch gallery that a friend had, and I played it constantly just because it had Yoshi's Cookie on it.
Nice. Yeah. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing what you got for me.
All right. Well, this is Yoshi's Cookie. The title of the song is just called Action Type C.
Yeah.
And
sounds right.
The game was composed by actually 3 different people. So there is Akira Soto Nobuya, Ikuta Noriko, and Nishizawa Tsutoma.
All right, perfect.
Get your glass of milk ready, Derek. It's time for Yoshi's Cookie.
Let's get into it. So, not what you'd expect from the name Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a little sense of like playful hecticness because you got to hurry up and eat those cookies before they fall off the conveyor belt or they burn.
Yeah, and it's an interesting game, and the song itself, it's very like it's in your face. Like it immediately like comes at you.
It's a dinosaur. You gotta eat cookies. You better hurry up.
It's I like the rhythm to it. It's very like bouncy and energetic, but very like aggressive.
Yeah. Oh man, could you imagine if Bounce-A-Rama had this sort of level of
Jesus. The sped up version does.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this I love the little pew pew noise.
That's the little hectic note when you're like, oh no, that cookie's gonna burn.
And it's like pew pew pew. You're like, oh god, calm down, please. You're scaring me. That was intense. It was a quick little track, but it's I like how aggressive
track,
it was.
But I mean, it's an older puzzle game track, so it's gonna be like a short loop.
Yeah. Now, Matt, I've got a song. This is gonna be an interesting one. This is from a game that's got well, it's an older game. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Do you remember Tim Fullen, Matt?
Is this a song from Pictionary?
Okay, I have a song from Pictionary, but I have to ask you if that counts as a puzzle game.
Damn.
Does Pictionary count as a puzzle game, Matt?
Like, I don't know.
I have it on my list, and I was gonna wait to decide if you agreed on that, but that's not actually the one I was gonna play first. I have two Tim Fullen tracks.
No, I will say, Pictionary is a puzzle game because you
yourself
drawing something that other people are trying to figure out.
Okay. I'm glad we agree with this, and I'm guessing you have a song from Pictionary.
I actually didn't choose Pictionary because I thought you were gonna pick Pictionary.
Awesome. Then I'm gonna have to play that later, but that's not the one I'm gonna play first. I'm gonna play a song from a game called Puzznic, which it has puzzle in the name. It is a puzzle game. It's a switching blocks kind of, line them up to make them go away kind of game. I.e., think Candy Crush, but a long time ago. Now, here's the thing with this game. It was for the Amiga, and it's one of those not necessarily well-licensed game because it had, as you cleared levels, some real old-school graphic nudity in it.
Okay.
Yeah, all that aside, I wanted to play the song for you because, well, Tim Fullen, that's really all I need to say.
Because that man's ridiculous.
Yes. He, as we know from Silver Surfer and Pictionary, he's well known for making way too good music for the game that it's in. So this is a song from Puzznick. I don't exactly know which one, but this is by Tim Follin, and well, you'll yeah. Let's just get into it, Matt.
Well, you'll yeah.
It's good. That's all you need to know. All right, Matt, thoughts?
Well, I will say it looks like some horrible version of Minesweeper.
Yeah, I sent Matt a picture, and yeah, there's, like I said, there's the weird thing where as you clear levels, there's a background picture, and it starts disappearing, and, well, it's not kid-friendly, let's say the least, but let's ignore all of that and just talk about that music. Yeah, we'd rather do that.
Was very funky.
Right? It's Tim Follin, man. Beat. Tim Follin, I swear.
He does great work.
It's amazing. His work is too good for the games he does.
Exactly. It's just like, all right, Tim, we got you. All right, dude. This.
All right, Tim, we need you to design some music for this game. It's a crappy throwaway puzzle game that's got like some softcore pornographic images in the background. He's like, alright, I got you. Here's this banger.
Say no more, fam.
Just gonna pop out this amazing track. I swear, Tim Follin's music is incredible. For the hardware limitations that he has, like, I don't know how he makes the hardware sound the way it does. Like, that little breakdown is incredible. That, oh my god, the guitar is so good.
Like I said, I don't know how he does it, but I mean, he does.
Ah, it's so grunge.
God, I gotta look at more Defiant. Like, has he only worked on like weird offshoot games?
I mean, not exclusively, but you definitely need to explore.
It seems to happen all the time.
Yeah, I think it's probably because he just took whatever he could. Like, his skill was up there, but he didn't like. Obviously, he didn't have the Koji Kondo Nobuo Matsu name to him, so he probably had to take the work where he could get it, and just swung out these incredible bangers on throwaway games.
Yeah. I guess it's like my favorite analogy. It's he's got the Christopher Walken method, where he doesn't say no to anything.
Yeah.
Because it could be the next big hit.
I mean, no one plays Silver Surfer for the gameplay, but they'll definitely play Silver Surfer for that music. But Silver Surfer is not a puzzle game, Matt. Your next track should be from a puzzle game.
Right. Should be from a puzzle.
In theory.
You know what? I think it's time.
What is it time for? I'm at the edge of my seat. Literally, because I'm on top of this mic. But what is this track you got, Matt?
Well, Derek, I'm going to take you to a wonderful place. Let's go to Pow Pow Island.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, Pow Pow Island is from the game Puzzle Bobble,
Hmm.
which is also known as Puzzle Bobble is the name of the game, but it is puzzle game of the game Bubble Bobble.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah. This is one that I was like. I had it written down to go explore the soundtracks for the game, and I never actually did. So I don't know what you're about to play for me.
Yeah, we'll get ready, because I went down the rabbit hole with Bubble Bobble, because I thought Bubble Bobble was the puzzle game, and I was wrong.
I mean, is it not?
It's not.
I see. But Puzzle Bobble is.
Puzzle Bobble is the game.
I see. Well then, let's hear the track you got for Puzzle Bobble.
So here we go, Derek. So this is the song "Let's Go to Pow Pow Island" from the game Puzzle Bobble by Kazoku Umano and Yosuke Yamada.
All right. Oh my god, I lose it every time it makes that noise. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, because when I finally found the soundtrack to this game, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll start with, I started with like the little title screen thing, and then I heard this one. This is literally the second song I heard from the soundtrack. And I'm like, no, this is it.
Oh my god. I don't even have a response prepared for this song. I'm gonna let it play. Do-do-do-do-do. These sound effects killed me. I was practically falling in my chair laughing.
Because you're not expecting.
That's the one that gets me.
Every time.
That's the one that gets me. That one kills me. The weird, like, whistle one. By the way, this is the second song in a row from Taito. Puzznik is indeed a Taito game.
It is.
Oh man, this... I don't know if this is on my top 10, Matt, but I sure enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's on that borderline.
It's up there.
They
come again
because it's very happy.
It's very happy. I mean, look at the Bubble creatures. They're so happy.
Yeah. And speaking of which, Derek, I'm introducing a new sub-segment to our show. and it's called Matt's Trivia Time.
Okay. I'm into it.
So are you ready to play?
Yeah, this song is perfect for this. Let me just drop it a little bit, and we're just gonna let this loop while you're giving me this trivia. Go for it.
All right, cool. So, Derek, from the original game of Bubble Bobble,
Yes.
or also known as Bubbaroo Bobbaroo.
Yeah, obviously.
What were the names of the two main characters?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Bubby and Bobby, Derek.
That's adorable. That's so cute.
But that actually is their original that is their true name.
Yeah.
They were, true or false, transformed into bubble dragons by the evil Baron von Blubba.
I hope that's true.
And then assumed the name Bub and Bob.
I wanna hope that their names were that beforehand, and then they got transformed into little dragon dudes. I don't know.
So true or false?
I'm gonna say true.
It is entirely true.
Nice, I love it. So what were their names before then?
Oh no, I'm sorry. So their names are just Bubby and Bobby.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
And then when they turned into dragons, they just called themselves Bub and Bob.
That's wonderful. These things are super cute, by the way, in case you don't know what they look like.
Just in case. In my mind, I've always seen Bubble Bobble as, like, the little colored orb into the sky and try to, make color combos.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, back in 1986...
i.e. Bejeweled. The Bejeweled style.
Yeah, exactly. So, back in 1986 on, Classic Arcade, they created the game Bubble Bobble, which was actually an action platformer.
I didn't realize that. I always thought Bubble Bobble was the Bejeweled style, originator.
No. It was originally as an action platformer because the evil Baron von Blubba, you see, kidnaps Bubby and Bobby's girlfriend, whose names are Pebaroon and Pabaroon.
I see. For a second, I thought you were going to say they share one girl. Pim and Pam. Oh my god, I love it.
So they were taken, and to add insult to injury, the Baron decided I'm going to turn these two guys into bubble dragon.
Into little goobs.
Now, Derek, here's another trivia question. Are you ready?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared.
You're not ready. So in the game Bubble Bobble, the number of levels that you have to traverse through the Cave of Monsters to save Bub and Bobby's girlfriend.
Yes.
Is it A, 50, B, 60, or C, 100?
I'm gonna say 100. 100 is kind of a thing that a lot of puzzle games do.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
It is 100 levels in this action platformer that you have to go through, which, and here's the icing on the cake, was one of the first games to ever actually feature multiple endings.
Interesting.
The game tells you to, it says, "Hey, great job, you beat the game, but you should probably try doing it with a friend."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, okay." So then if you play with a friend, you get the happy end, where you get turned back and you get your girlfriends back. But it also unlocks a secret code to unlock super mode, and if you beat that on multiplayer, you get the second happy end, where you find out that the boss was actually your parents under the control of the Baron.
Fun. Well, Matt, thank you. Thank you so much for the little puzzle corner, quiz corner.
You're quite welcome. And I'll end. This is the last part, I swear.
No, fine.
Yep. This is a question for you, Derek. The final boss to Bubble Bobble.
Yes.
Is it Baron von Blubber or Super Drunk?
I'm gonna guess it's not the Baron, since you spoiled and said that the boss was really your parents.
The real boss is actually Super Drunk.
Yes.
And I don't mean that he's really drunk.
That's just his name.
And inebriated. It's just his creature species is called Drunk.
And he's the super
and
drunk.
When that was ported over to America, they had to change his name to Grumple Grommet.
That's amazing.
So
that's wonderful.
That's trivia corner on the game Bubble Bobble.
Thank you, Matt. I loved it. Now, I didn't know you were such a Bubble Bobble master.
I feel like I am now that I went down the rabbit hole.
So I'm gonna play my next track after that little delightful excursion down the Bubble Bobble franchise. I'm gonna play a game called Sute Hakun. Are you familiar, Matt?
I don't think I am.
I would be surprised if you were. So in this game, you play as this cute little kiwi bird kind of dude. He's clear, and he has the power to basically poke his little beak into blocks and take them into him, which then makes him a big chunker. And then he can then spit out the blocks wherever he wants, so you can basically build platforms. But that's not all. You can also poke your little beak into like colored jelly and then carry around the colored jelly and then put those inside things, and that will make the blocks do other things like go up and down or, you know, elongate or move diagonal. It's very, very cute, very interesting, very colorful, and it's a happy little song. So I'm going to play you the Stage 3 theme from Sute Hakun, and this is composed by Akito Nakatsuka. Yeah, so I didn't realize it, because I listened to this song a while ago and then put it on my list. I was like, this is a cute song and a cute game, I like it. I'll put it on my list. And then I made, like, a lot more of my list, and I didn't realize, do all of my songs have, like, really good bass guitar backgrounds? Because this one does too. It's got the little it's got that Seinfeld's funk in the back.
What I feel is like best for the game, I guess.
Right? It's very cute. It's very like playful, and it's I like this second half to it when it really gets into it. What were your thoughts about the song itself?
I mean, I really liked it.
I like this part right here.
What I had envisioned in my mind for what the game was going to be like was nothing compared to what you just showed me there.
Yeah, it's a crazy, complicated, very interesting game. I've never played this myself because I didn't know much of its existence until a couple days ago. I know I've heard the name Sute Hakun before, but I never knew what it was. And I mean, I don't know how to describe this game. You're like a little kiwi bird snowman, and as I said, you can take blocks into yourself and then spit them out to create like stairs and stuff, and then put jelly in them to make them move around. It's crazy.
Jump over to a different area to click the color switch to switch the color so you can drink the different color jelly.
Oh man, the game itself is super cute, and the song is also very cute.
It is. I mean, it definitely fits. It fits the character.
I love the character, but I want like a little doll of this dude. I love him.
He looks like he'd be an assist trophy in Smash.
I think he might actually be.
Oh my.
That might be why I recognize the name. I think he's either a assist trophy or like a trophy or like a charm or something like that. I'm willing to bet he is, now that I think about it.
I mean, you could be right.
Because I've definitely heard the name of the game before I like went and did the research, but when I saw the gameplay, I've certainly never played this, and I've never seen this played before. I don't know why the name is so familiar to me, but I think probably when I was deep diving like my game knowledge, when I would go through trophies and things of that nature, and then research the game that they originated from, which is something I would do just so I have more knowledge base up in my brain. I think I came upon this. I think I came upon this game some time ago, and it just stuck in my head.
I will say this song is definitely probably gonna be stuck in my head, and I hope I don't have like weird coked out dream.
I mean, this sounds like not the worst time you've ever had.
No, I'll say it probably isn't. But I just feel like I'm just gonna see this little bird thing in my dream.
See, Matt, I went expected with Tetris Attack and Kirby's Avalanche, and then I threw you for some curveballs on Puznik and Sute Hakun.
You did.
I'm bringing it all this episode. What are you bringing next?
Yeah, well, at least I got to stump you with my bubble trivia.
You certainly did. I'm not a bubble expert.
Anyway, let's get this party started. My next song comes to us from the PSP game Lumines Puzzle Fusion.
I listened to a lot of songs from Lumines, and I decided to not play one. But we'll go over that once we get a little more into this. Not because it's not a puzzle game. It's completely valid. I just personally chose not to play it. My reasoning was because I really love this game and like the sound design. I love playing this game with headphones. But a large portion of what makes like the auditory journey of playing Lumines is so great is every time you move a block or flip a block or like drop a block, it makes a different noise that correlates to the track that's in the background. So I feel like you lose a lot not hearing those sound effects.
Yeah, the flipping of the blocks definitely put its shine and uniqueness on the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's similar to, I was gonna play a song from the game Meteos, if you remember that.
I do remember.
But then I realized that like 90% of the sound is again from like player action, so like the background music is just like very, very tame. And all of the thing that makes the sound good is from player action in that game. But nonetheless, I want to hear what you picked from Lumines, because I'm sure it'll still be a great track.
Well, I picked the song Roundabout from Luminous Puzzle Fusion, and this is composed by Takayuki Nakamura.
Alrighty.
So I really dig this one. I liked the hi-hat use. I like that futuristic like Mega Man-y Dwayne.
Yeah, that bwah, bwah, bwah. Yeah, this was a good one. I was jamming to it.
I mean, it's a very chill groove.
Yeah. Yeah, this I mean I take back what I said about it must have just been a few of the tracks that I listened to from Luminous, because I didn't listen to all of them. The ones I guess I picked to listen to while I was basically vetting my playlist were a lot more chill than this, and this one has basically like a full rhythm. What I said about the blocks moving being a part of the soundtrack is almost not even recognizable, because this song had so much going on.
It did. I mean, it had like a little bit of like background vocal, like Foley work going on, and like I said, like the beat for it was constant. Like you had the weep whoop, and then and then the hi-hats would like kick in for a minute. It keeps your attention. It keeps it makes it feel like it feels very busy, but it's works really well.
It's very like spacey.
Yeah.
That part right there is like a very Kirby sound effect. Like the star flying away sound effect in Kirby.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's very like futuristic, spacey sounding. It's I love like the rhythm in the background. That driving rhythm's real nice.
Yeah, I could see this also like when you say spacey, like one of those kind of like asteroids-esque.
Yeah.
Kind of like or like where you know where you pilot like a ship and you have to shoot stuff coming at you and stuff.
Yeah, I could certainly see that. Or maybe this is like the boss level for that stage or something. Or you're getting like far into the game and this song comes up. Because it's a bit more like kind of like intimidating almost.
Yeah.
I really like it. This is when I was definitely like bobbing my knee in my head too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and like when Lumines first came out, I mean, it was.
It's kind of actually like a combination of Tetris and Puyo Puyo almost. It's like you move blocks and you've got a grid, and you want to like line up multiple of the same color. So it's very Puyo Puyo in that style. But the way it works is there's like a bar that goes across the top of the screen, like in rhythm to the base of the song, and it gets faster as you get higher levels. And basically, it will clear blocks of the same color once you've made like large enough matches. So you want to like build up a huge amount of them, and then the line will pass by, and you'll get like a big combo bonus.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's very similar to Puyo Puyo style, but like I don't know. It's like spacey and futuristic. It's a very, very neat visual and audio experience. Like, if you ever have the chance to play this game, definitely do it with headphones.
Yeah, I was about to say, take the chance on the game. Headphones.
Absolutely. It is kind of hard to find because it's like a PSP game, and I don't know if it's come out from many recent like systems. If it has, I've completely missed it, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So it might be a little bit harder to find, but if you do find it, definitely grab it and enjoy this game, just the look of it and the sound of it.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been other Lumines that have come out since. I'm not sure that. I'm pretty sure they haven't all stuck to the PlayStation, to like the PSP or anything. I'm pretty sure they branched out.
I'm not quick looking at that. Bash.
Yeah, there's like a Lumines on the Switch. I gotta look into that.
I think there is.
Ooh.
There is a Lumines for the Switch. I did not know that, and I need that now. I had to do some quick Google magic, but it does indeed look like there is a Lumines remastered for the Switch.
Oh, sweet.
That's awesome. So Matt, we did agree Pictionary counts, so I gotta play the song I have from Pictionary.
I mean, you got to.
I can't let this episode go out without playing it, so I'm going to play, aptly named, The Drawing Game.
Oh, that's great.
That's the name of the song. The previous one we heard was just the title screen, which, completely ridiculous sounding song for the title screen of Pictionary. Ridiculous being it's way too good for it.
Too good.
The composer is Tim Follin, and Matt, words can't describe the song before we get into it, so you just need to hear it and then tell me your reaction afterwards.
Well, let's get into the Pictionary game. The
Drawing Game. Pictionary by Tim Follin.
Derek, I think you lied.
Yeah. How so?
Well, first of all,
You don't think
that doesn't sound like like it would be for the game dictionary. That sounds like it would be for like some like platformer or like a side scroller action game.
you'd think so, wouldn't you? I mean, it is. I don't. Man, Tim Fallen though. I swear. Like I don't even have words like for his music. It's just like. From now on, I'm just gonna
His
be like.
style is so good.
It's like. He's like. I don't know how I never knew of him previously. Like, don't get me wrong. I played a lot of mainstream games when I was younger. Obviously, Final Fantasy, Mario, Zelda, and I knew the name Nobuo Uematsu because I was like, oh, so one guy did the music for this whole franchise, and then, I said he was my favorite composer. That's before I really knew different composers. I don't. Tim Fallen though. Now, like, who's your favorite composer? I'm like, well, Tim Fallen's probably the best composer that I've never heard of before.
I will definitely say he definitely deserves all the respect.
Yeah, because you ask someone like, oh man, do you like video game music? Who's your favorite? And they're like, yeah, no, I really like this person. I'm like, yeah, have you heard of Tim Fallen though? And they're like, no, who's that? And you're like, well, let me show you Pictionary. I don't think there's any other composer that could get me to be like, man, this music from Pictionary is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so grooving.
Can't wait to listen to Pictionary.
Right? And we're gonna be doing another episode one of these days, and I'm like, hey Matt, you remember Pictionary? And you're gonna be like, yeah.
No, all you have to say is Tim Fallen. I'm just like, oh, I'm ready.
I'm ready for whatever he's got. Oh man, this song has so much to it too.
The whole track is just like,
it's a journey.
It is.
I don't know what's gonna happen next. When I hear it, I'm like, where is this going? This part right here. It's a straight groove breakdown.
It's like he looks at the game. He's like, "Well, it's not great. I gotta try and keep their attention somehow."
Right? This is one of those things where if you went on like YouTube or something and then type in like Pictionary drawing game or something like that and look to the comments, I guarantee you half of them are like, "I play this game just for this music." Same thing with like Silver Surfer or anything else I've pulled from Tim Fallen. Anytime people comment about these kind of songs, they're always like, why is he composing for Pictionary? Or I play this game just to hear the song. And that's a big praise on a composer right there.
Yeah, I mean that name needs to be thrown out a whole lot more.
I think we'll strive to do that.
Just start handing out flyers. Like, hey, have you heard of Tim Fallen?
Have you heard of Tim Fallen? Here you go. Here's this pamphlet. Here's this pamphlet. Well, Matt, how are you gonna follow Pictionary?
You know what? I'm gonna follow it with this. Come on down to Pow Pow Island.
Welcome to Pow Pow Island. We're spreading the word of Tim Fallen. Would you like this pamphlet?
What's in said pamphlet? Just
it's Pictionary.
Go look up Tim Fallen.
You open it and it just plays the drawing game for Pictionary.
Well, there's actually a perfect way for me to follow the Pictionary game, and it's with the game Scribblenauts.
Ah, wonderful. Yes, this is perfect for it.
Because Scribblenauts is a action puzzle game.
Yes, you basically it's like you are faced with a puzzle and then you have to draw or create an object that would fit the puzzle.
Yep. It's like, oh no, how are you going to get past these guards? Tyrannosaurus.
You need to go up this wall. Obviously, draw a ladder, or you could draw some crazy other thing.
You could do a helicopter or a jetpack.
Yeah. But what song from Scribblenauts, Matt?
The song that I picked is called "Casual 2."
Like two or TOO? Like the number? Like it's
like
too
the
casual
number
for
2.
you?
This is no, as in like this is casual. The second.
The second time we're casual. All right. Well. All right.
And this song was composed by David J. Franco.
Let's hear this track, Matt.
All right, so this is "Casual the Second."
I was really enjoying that, Matt.
It's a very nice little tune. I mean, I like how it's got like that nice little woodwind, like fluty sound to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I really like how like that deep saxophone kind of comes in.
Yeah. That little like groove near the a few minutes in really like caught me by surprise.
Yeah, that's why I really like this one. I mean, the casual, the first, is pretty good.
This part right here.
Saying casual.
Dun, 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 dun.
You got those little voices in the background. They're, I think, just little mumbles, but
Yeah, I'm not
like,
sure what
they
it's saying, but
nah,
I
every,
think it's
like,
charming.
there are parts of it where it sounds like they're just saying the beat.
Yeah, maybe. I really like that. Brr, 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 brr. This is one that you can just kind of close your eyes and just bob your head back and forth to. It's happy. I like it.
It's very happy. I mean, that's Scribblenauts.
Yeah, Scribblenauts is one of those games that's hard to like have a bad time while you're playing it.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. Thank you, Matt. This is a very I really like. I just like close my eyes to the song. And just... One of those ones you just hum to.
Yeah, it's super chill. Like, I feel like this is a song that would have been on your playlist whenever you used to play Pokemon card games.
Yeah, I could see that. I like relaxing, just chill music while I do just random household tasks. This is one of those calm down ones. I like it.
Yeah, it's very it's fun. It's fun to listen to.
It's a nice one. It's an easy listen. Easy listening would be how I would describe it.
And a fun game to play.
Now, Matt, I'm torn for my last track of the episode. I could play something that's kind of expected. Just a classic puzzle game with a great song to it. Or I could play one that's not very well known, but has some interesting music direction. And I don't know if I want to play the classic or want to play one that's more unexpected and interesting. Which would you prefer?
I'm interested in listening to the unknown one.
Okay, that's what I was expecting you to say.
And you just tell me what the classic one.
Well, the classic one was obviously Dr. Mario Fever.
Oh yeah, I will say that one was on my list.
I'm interested to know which version did you pick?
I chose I want to say the original from like the NES.
The one that I went with was the version from Tetris and Dr. Mario, actually.
Which yeah, that's honestly probably the better one in my opinion. But I wanted to go a little different with mine.
Yeah, it's got a lot of really interesting sound effects that they throw in there that's not in the original. And it has a unique sound compared to what a lot of people have heard. But the game. I think you're gonna be really, really happy with my other pick, Matt. It's World of Goo.
Is it the best of times?
Do you have the best of times in your list?
I do.
Were you going to end the episode with best of times?
I was not.
Oh, well, I was gonna say because this would be a perfect song to end the episode with.
It would be.
You know what? Since you have it on your list, I'm gonna play the one that's not on your list because I have two songs from World of Goo.
Oh, cool.
I have Best of Times and I have the Regurgitation Pumping Station.
I like that one too.
Good. Wonderful. Okay, well then which one would you rather hear?
Let's do the Regurgitation Station.
All right. So this is going to be the World of Goo Regurgitation Pumping Station. This game is really interesting. I think we'll talk more about how the game works once we hear the song. But this is composed by Kyle Gabler. Matt, did you listen to this one beforehand while you're making your list?
Yes.
Nice. I really like the just general sound to this one, and I like the building, like how it builds up and builds up.
Yeah, it was really cool.
We'll let you guys hear what we mean, and then we'll talk about what kind of game World of Goo is once the song is done. So a couple things to talk about that song. I'm sure you've noticed how it was in noticeable different sections, Matt.
Yeah.
So you've played the game and I've played the game, but to anyone who hasn't played the game, basically the way this works is you've got little goo blocks and you can basically use them to build structures. Like if you've ever played like a bridge building simulator, you know how triangles are how you build a sturdy foundation. Basically, you can use these little goo boys to connect with other goo boys, and you'll build a long bridge to get across something to transport the rest of your group to the next area. And then sometimes you'll encounter different ones that have different abilities, like a white one that basically acts as glue. They have unique abilities, and it's a very interesting game. It was actually only created by 2 people, if I remember correctly.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. And so the way the game works is sometimes the stages will be pretty long. Like you'll have to go through a lot of different things to just get to the next part of the same stage. And basically the music will stick with one rhythm for a while, and then once you basically solve a major part of that stage, it'll move on to the next, like, more amped section. So that's why you hear distinct, like, parts in this song. So as you go through the level, it'll hold one rhythm for a while, and then once you solve the puzzle or, like, the big thing happens, it'll move on to the more exciting part of the song. So it's kind of, like, dynamic in that way.
That's a very interesting thing to do for the stage. I mean, since you got you're solving the puzzle to keep through the different stages. I mean, it's a cool way to do the music like that.
Yeah, I really like when games do dynamic music where, like, maybe you're stuck in the same cave for a while and it just holds this basic rhythm, but then, like, an intrigue thing happens and suddenly the music picks up. And that's basically what this game does. Is it'll sit on a basic rhythm while you're, like, thinking about the puzzle, and then when the puzzle really starts coming together, that's when, you know, that breakdown happens. Do you have any words for the song, Matt? I figured it's a unique song to play in the background while we're talking, because it's hard to follow, like, the rhythm, because since it just keeps changing to new sections.
It does, because I mean, like, and I always kind of like research to that slow, just like doom.
Yeah, I like the beginning intro, the doom 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 boom boom boom. It's very.
And that sounds very. It has like a nice industrial feel to it.
Mm-hmm. And
then just the build up from there until you get to the next part, and it kind of just like goes back down.
Yeah, you can tell you're getting, like, based on the name, regurgitation pumping station. I can't remember exactly in this level, but I think basically you go through a pipe and, like, you're suddenly in, like, a whole new area, and that's when that, like, that funk pops in.
Oh yeah.
So that was my last track, Matt. I thought you'd enjoy. I mean, obviously, I wanted to play Dr. Mario Fever. It's such a classic, iconic video game song. But I chose, as I gave it up to you. I am glad I went with World of Goo, because it's a game not many people have heard of, and you should really check this game out. It's there's a phone version of it, actually, and I believe it's either free or very cheap. Yeah, you can play it on your phone. So go to your Play Store and type in World of Goo. Check it out. Super fun. Very charming game with a very good soundtrack.
Oh, very. And, you know, I think we'll bring the song back another time, but the best of time is probably, like, my favorite track from the whole game.
Yeah, I really like that track, which is why I chose to not play it, weirdly enough. I thought you were going to have it. That's why I didn't actually, like, have it prepared and ready to play.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you're right. I do have it.
But
I'm choosing not to play it now.
Not for the final song. But before we play the final one, I do want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you so much.
Yay!
I hope this has been an interesting episode. I know puzzles, when you think of it, you know, probably people weren't jumping at the puzzles like thinking it's the most exciting episode. But I think this has had some crazy good music in it. A lot of interesting surprises.
Yeah.
A lot of groove. This is a really, really groovin', jazzy episode with such good bass.
A lot of really good bass in this app.
So as we do, thank you. Tell us your favorite. There is a lot to choose from. Hard to pick my favorite from this episode already, but tell us which one you're rocking to the most, or if there's one that you really like that you're like, oh man, they didn't play this obscure puzzle game they've never heard of. Tell us about it. We love hearing.
Wait, why didn't you do this one?
You didn't play this obscure puzzle game that no one's ever heard of? How dare you? It's my favorite. But yeah, I leave it up to you. Close us out with whatever you've got.
Cool, there it is.
And he's like, it's Dr. Mario Fever.
You're wrong. It's actually Dr. Mario Chill.
Oh, so you're a chill person, huh? You're one of those. No, I actually like both Fever and Chill. They're both pretty great.
And the OC remix, Fever and Chills.
That's a good one. That's a really good OC remix. We might do an OC remix episode if we can swing that.
If we do that, I call Super Metroid in your prime.
That's a really good one.
That is.
We'll have to see if we can get, like, a permission to do some of those. It might be an interesting episode to look into.
Yeah.
But that aside, Matt, it's not Fever and Chills, obviously. What do you have?
My final song comes to us by the composer Kenji Ito, and I chose Puzzle and Dragons Z, the
Okay.
Sky Dragon Battle.
Oh, okay. That thing I said about that obscure puzzle game no one's heard of. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. But
Do you,
I was also not aware that the game series Puzzle and Dragons also did a crossover with Super Mario.
that's crazy. Do you have any words about this track before we close out the episode?
Well, compared to the other tracks that we had on here, this one's a little intense.
All right.
It is a battle.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Share this one with some friends who like puzzle games.
Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy this last little song. Have a good time.